Shalom, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone. As I teach you, Akim, teach you all truth and sincerity. Um, this video is going to be called "The Plagues of Egypt Are Coming Back." This is like an article that I came across that I wanted to do a video on, and it was talking about how wild swarm of locusts um, basically are in Saudi Arabia, uh, basically devouring the crops and eating up everything that's there. So I'm just going to read that right quick and bring out some scriptures on it about the plagues. Scriptures about the plagues. This is the article says biblical prophecy, wild swarm of plagues in Saudi Arabia proves biblical plagues are back. Because those 10 plagues, oh my God, those 10 plagues in Egypt are going to come back. And yeah, like it says in 2nd Esdras 15, the Lord said, Yahweh Shem Yahushua said, I shall smite Egypt with plagues as before. But anyway, so those plagues are gonna come back, and it says biblical prophecy, a Christian evangelist has claimed the plagues of Egypt have returned. An invasion of swarm of locusts devouring crops in Saudi Arabia is proof that the 10 biblical plagues of Egypt returning at full force. A Christian evangelist has shockingly claimed. And get the Salaki. I'm gonna get the second part. This is the second part. It says swarms of destructive grasshopper locusts were spotted this week crossing the border between Saudi Arabia and Jordan. Swarms of locusts were seen descending on the town of Tafila in South Jordan, which is a hub for olive and fruit agriculture. And these different plagues, especially the plague of flying locusts to eat the crops and everything, that's a part of the famine, because all the food that being grown in the different fields are not going to be available. Like when all hell breaks loose, when the grocery stores and this mass death, and it's going to be a complete food shortage, and those locusts are that plague them eating all the crops. That's part of the famine. It says according to the National, and the situation was dire enough on Monday, May 6th, for Jordanians authorities to deploy the air forces to spray pesticides. And on May 3rd, Locust Watch, the official locust swarm tracker of the United Nations, has warned springtime locust breeding has intensified over the past few weeks in Saudi Arabia. Because Reason why is because they're going to be used to bring about part of the famine. And you can't stop something that's already been enacted. Like you can't stop the plagues that are going to come upon uh, the entire earth and upon this place called America, which is Babylon, Egypt, all these kingdoms roll into one. You can't stop these plagues. They're gonna come, and they're not gonna be stopped. But I'm gonna go to some scriptures. This is uh, mm, 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 mm. It's like you. Hold on. I just had it. Come. Uh, this is Second Ezra chapter 15 and verse 5. Uh, this is Second Ezra chapter 15 verse 5. Behold, save Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. So all these plagues are going to come upon the entire world. The sword, famine, because these locusts eating up the crops in Saudi Arabia, or eating up the crops in America, or eating up the crops in other countries around on the earth, is gonna cause a mass famine to happen. And it says the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Um, so that's a part of the famine that's gonna happen. And that's a part of the plagues that are gonna come that are coming back. The next, I'm gonna skip down to 11. It says, "But I will." Salaki. This is Second Ezra 15 verse 11. It says, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretch out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof." And in Egypt, all the 10 plagues desolated that land, desolated the people of that land. It's gonna happen again over here in America, which is modern day Egypt. You know, it's all those kingdoms, from Babylon to Egypt, to all those kingdoms roll into one, and it's gonna basically, this land is gonna be destroyed. Basically, this land is gonna be destroyed by death and pestilence, destruction, nuclear fire. This place is gonna go out with plagues, pestilence, disease, death, famine, sword, and destroyed by fire. This is Second Ezra 16 verse 17. It says, Second Ezra 16 verse 17. Woe is me, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? And this is Ezra saying, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. And the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, and what shall I do when these evils shall come? And it's gonna be a day like no other. It's gonna be a day of famine of the word, and actual famine, sorrow. People are gonna be dying. People are gonna be getting hauled off to concentration camps, and it's gonna be a day of not. It's not gonna be a happy day. It's gonna be a very great morning. In the in the atmosphere. The beginning of wars, World War III, and the different race wars, race riots. The powers shall stand in fear, and that's Esau. He's gonna fear for his life in that day, because the nation of Israel, the elect of Israel, will be taking him down out of power, and he is gonna fear in that day, because he's gonna think that his kingdom's gonna continue, but he's not gonna be. He's gonna be taken out. The beginning of evils, and what shall I do when these evils shall come? And I understand, hope and pray that Lord willing, you make it through through all this and be delivered into chariots. It says 19, behold famine, and plague, tribulation, and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. And that's what's gonna come to this place. Um, this place is going to receive all the plagues, which is written in Exodus during the time of Moses and Aaron, when Israel was in captivity under Egypt. That's coming right back. Right in to its fullness. This is 2 Esdras 15 and verse 47. It says, woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her. It has decked thy daughters in whoredom, and they might please and glory in thy love verse, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. And I understand this is it says destruction unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her. Because Israel is compared to a comely and delicate woman, and it says has decked thy daughters in whoredom, and we went a whoring after these other idols of these other nations. We went after their gods instead of going after our power, Yahweh Shem Shai. Went after um I idols of their their land, which had us commit whoredom. But this could be twofold, because our women have become whores in the society, and they're living in pleasure, because they have liberty to gad abroad. Um, verse 48 says, thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and adventures. Therefore saith Yahweh, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. So the plagues are going to be sent upon this place called America, because this place is also compared to a woman being a virgin daughter of Babylon, and this place is going to receive those plagues, because the reason why it's called the virgin daughter of Babylon is because no major war has happened in this land, no major world war, and it's like a virgin that's never been touched by anyone foreign, anyone completely foreign to her. America hasn't received or had a major war happen here, so that's comparing. This place is going to receive um, widowhood, it's going to receive poverty, it's going to receive famine, it's going to receive sword, it's going to receive pestilence. Right now there's a measles outbreak happening um, in the air. you know don't be surprised if you get quarantined, um, if your neighborhood gets quarantined for some like measles or something that's been breaking out in the air. But and to waste thy houses with destruction and death, and it's gonna be a lot of destruction and a lot of mass death happening around us, and it's all it's all a part of the it's all a part of uh, the path, or it's Salaki. It's all a part of the um, it's all a part of the it has to happen, Salaki. My next scripture I want to get was 2nd Esdras 16 and verse 37. It says, this is 2nd Esdras 16 verse 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. And these plagues, as I was saying, they cannot be stopped. You're not gonna stop or slack. They're coming. They're coming back in their fruition. It says, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. And when a woman's in labor, she can't prevent or stop the contractions. The contractions have to come and have to keep contracting. She can't stop them, and the contractions don't slack at all. It says in verse 39, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. And everybody on the earth is going to experience sorrow, pain, mourning, famine, pestilence. They're going to death, destruction. They're going to experience that all in one instance. So I'm gonna say all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashim, Yahushua Bashim Kakadash. Double honors to the elder apostle Great Millstone. And salutation, you I can teach all true sincerity and shalom.